What's up, 3622 subscribers? In this video, we will together go over a sales call that I did with one of our prospects that I got from the cold emails. You will see how I was handling objections, how I was offering our AI services, considering the fact that this is a cold prospect that didn't know that we exist. And you will see how I was dynamically on the call coming up with the price that we can charge. A few things. I know this might be a controversial call for the guys that watch similar, calls on YouTube because of the few things. First, I have a very specific style of sales. I'm not pushy. I'm trying to be honest and I'm saying what I think. Two, this is an AI niche. This is the niche where most businesses do not know that they need AI. They don't understand how it can be implemented, not talking about the fact that this is a cold prospect. So we will go over the sales call. I will comment on top. I will actually later explain how the actual deal was structured because I managed to close the client at the end of the day. Plus, you will see right now the initial email and the communication between me and the company before the actual call. This is my front. I will try to blur as much information as you can. I hope you understand it. We sent the cold email 3 months ago. It was August 20th. I never, ever provided any details on the scripts that I use on this channel. I think this is a unique video where I will kind of do that. So here was my outreach kind of email. So I said, "Hi Steven, found your contact through," I mentioned the company names, LinkedIn. This is a personalized email, at least with the fact that I am mentioning the company name here. Then, okay, I will not give you this sentence, but essentially I say, "Do you know that AI can," and then it's an automated, so it's personalized offer. So this is a personalized question trying to pinpoint the problem that the business has. Okay. Then I mention my YouTube as a proof of our services. I say that I have a video on YouTube where I have a similar use case, and then I thought you would be interested. That was, I think, one of the first campaigns where I was trying to leverage my YouTube channel as a proof. Obviously, we have a lot of case studies that we use as, a proof, as a marks inside the scripts. But in this case, I was testing the YouTube. I'm not gonna share the results, but actually it was kind of controversial. Now, sorry, he replied "Yes, please send some case studies." Then I was able to send him a few. I think we sent him a link to my YouTube as well as the links to other case studies on our website. And then I think this is because this is a front, this is a software where I manage all of the cold emails. So we have multiple softwares. And as you can see, this is a thread, and there are multiple threads because if a person sent a new message, it's a new thread. So I think he replied something in a new thread, but in any case, as you can see, I was kind of constantly follow up. I was sending that, "Did you have a chance to look at the case studies? Good morning, Stephen," following up. So I was following up with him multiple times, and he completely ignored. If I remember correctly, he did reply one time saying, "Yeah, sure, we're thinking." That's it. A few weeks ago, I received a booking on my calendar saying that, "Hey, this prospect booked the call," and I see that this is this prospect. When I first see the booking, I don't see who the prospect really is. That's why I try to find, okay, so have we ever spoke about him and with him? And actually on the booking page at the end, we have like, where did you heard about us? And they either, usually it's like YouTube, maybe VoiceFlow, like partner program, or like LinkedIn, X, and there's like cold email. And he specifically said like cold email, and I was like, okay, cold email, wow. Oh, so why are you like booking the call and not getting back to me on the email? Because usually people not getting back, like not booking the time directly, they're just saying what time they need through the email, since we already have the communication. Anyways, so then I check the conversation and I see that, well, okay, this is the prospect that I've been talking 3 months ago. Interesting. So this is an interesting use case. A few things I want to mention before we start the sales call. I think this is one of the best videos on my channel in terms of the content that I provide. This is one sales call. Later in the video, I will explain how you can get access to 150 sales calls that I did with my prospects. Okay, so this is your motivation to keep watching the video if you find this content valuable. Now, when I went, obviously I forgot about the prospect. So when I went to the website, and I will blur this information also. So I swear to God, I did not understand what they do exactly. And I was kind of confused because this is not a, okay, so they are, it's a commercial seismic retrofit. So they are, in a nutshell, so they work with roofs primarily for facilities, with the businesses that have like big facilities. This is probably not the niche that you think about. Sorry with my voice. Jesus. This is probably not the niche that you think about when it comes to the like AI automations, right? And I'm be honest, I did not know before the call what service we are going to provide. And this is why it's different. This prospect was not qualified. Your gurus are telling you that you need to qualify the prospects, and I like tell you the same thing. But when you have time to practice, or when you are just starting out, because for example, I'm not starting out, but I had like at that time my calendar was kind of pretty free, and I was just curious to see why they booked the appointment. Usually I never like cancel the bookings, just because I try to learn as much as possible, talk to as many businesses as I can. Again, being almost 2 years in this space, guys. But yeah, he's not qualified. And usually everyone will tell you, you need to qualify, you need to understand what you're selling to them, okay, before coming into the call. But I decided, okay, so we'll give it a shot. And now we will start looking up at the actual conversation. Let me connect my headphones so that it's easier for you guys to see and to listen to everything. Okay, let me actually put one away. I have multiple AI task like math note takers on the meetings. I have like 6 or 7, just because Read AI, I think they have like the best recording quality in terms of the audio and video, but they deleted all of my meetings for 1 year. Imagine this, okay? It's long story short, but I was not able to recover it. But fortunately, I was always using like the guys like Phantom, anyway, as a backup. So let's start with the meeting. I gave you the background, so let's see how it will go.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Oh, there we
Hello?
go.
Can you hear me? I can.
All right.
Awesome. Do you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yep.
Sure. Thanks for showing up. Just one note. I will give you a lot of notes. This will be a super long video. So initially I did not see their camera, and then they turned it on. Maybe they didn't notice at first that their camera was off, But so here's how like they actually looked like, and I asked them so if they're okay if I share the sales code. So like don't worry about it. As you can see, like they have like this is a very businessy setup, right? So it's like huge angle, like almost like 180 degree, but I didn't see them.
So we have like 30 minutes max, so let's jump into the point.
Yep.
As a recap, I have sent, so initially I reached out to you through the cold emails. It was a while back. I was kind of surprised that you booked the call on my calendar.
Okay, so I will put the 1.5x speed. I hope if you guys, because I watch the YouTube videos on 2.x speed, so you will have like 3.x, but you should like lower it down, I think, because it's 30 minutes long, so it's like better, to go through this. And I want to show you everything. I just do not want to cut. Maybe I will cut at some point, but I want to give you everything because again, from cold prospect to the lead that is interested and then like converted afterwards, it's like very important for you to understand my way of thinking at every minute.
I was offering AI services. We're a company, we develop AI solutions for businesses in a lot of different industries. I sent some case studies. I have a YouTube channel where I show some of the clients. I can go over the specific use cases, but I would love to hear some more details because I obviously like have your website, so I kind of understand what you do. But if you can give me some more information about the company in terms of the clients, how you currently get them, who they are, like who is the ideal customer profile. This is the first question, and the second question would be, what are you actually looking for in terms of, since you booked the like call with me, maybe you already like had some ideas on the back end.
Okay, so here is the intro. Maybe this is not the perfect intro. Again, this is just my style of doing the sales goals. I was mentioning that I was kind of giving a very quick background about us. I mentioned the YouTube, I mentioned the case studies, and I did the recap, right? Inside the booking, he meant because I have like, hey, obviously like name, website, all this, and like provide the details on what you're looking for. I don't have like a huge questionnaire. And there he only put one word, marketing. Okay. Now, so as you know, guys, AI can be implemented in a lot of different ways. But when he specifically said marketing, I was pretty sure we're not going to talk about some sort of an automation to save time. They need clients. And now this is in kind of in a sub niche of lead generation and marketing agencies like standard SMMAs, which I don't usually do. So I was kind of skeptical here because we usually don't work with the companies that don't have clients and don't have the business, right? So we're not helping businesses usually to bring more business. So we're not like driving traffic, okay? That's why, from my experience, when people are concerned and they like specifically say we are interested in lead gen, we're interested in like getting more customers, getting more business, usually they are struggling. Usually, it's not about scale; it's about like surviving. So I don't like the clients. Again, it's harder to work with them. It's harder to deliver the results. So I was not sure. That's why I gave the background about me and asked a few questions right away. Okay.
I didn't have any actually. I didn't know exactly all what you did. So as far as AI and our customers, I mean, a customer will call and then we have like, 5 or 6 emails. We have a script that we send them, kind of a canned thing we've already written. And, we send it to them every 3 weeks or so. And then, we start spacing them out a little farther apart. Because our problem now is the clients, we're in a business where people only need us if there's a problem. So we're not remembered per se. We're kind of like a leaky, plumbing, a roof leak. Nobody thinks of a roofer until there's a roof leak. So, and then I email our clients like every, 6 to 9 months. Pretty much I try everybody in our database that's somewhat active. Just telling them, hey, we're still here. I just want to remind them of our services.
How many people in your database do you have?
In our database?
Yeah.
Marketing wise, probably clientele, probably 5,000 to 6,000.
Okay. So now we are 3 minutes into the call. and I already have the ideas about, like, I'm giving you my thoughts that, like, during the call. Okay, so he said first that this was the problem. He just, and I still didn't really understand, I still don't, why he booked the call. Like, I'm just trying to think, okay, what was the thinking about going back and finding Eugene email and the booking link through like 3 months back, okay, and like booking the conversation. This is, guys, very important. These details do matter. So I was thinking about, okay, I have kind of a bit of a different situation just because my name is so my name is Eugene. Okay, Eugene. That's why it's not like standard name. It's not a US name, but it's not also like whatever. So it's like a unique name, right? So there's not that many Eugenes. There are many, but it can easily be remembered. And I heard from a few customers that were, especially for the cold emails, so they can just type Eugene in the inbox, right, in the email. And even if the email been with them for like 10 years, I will probably pop up on top. Okay, that's why I have like the leverage in terms of the recognition. Quimpo is my business name, but like usually people don't remember the exactly like the business name. So he probably was like going through either his inbox or he typed like Eugene because he was aware of like Eugene AI clients, we need business, something like that. And he specifically said, okay, I booked the call, I don't know why, I am like we are just curious, right? Imagine like how hard it is, to close the people that are not looking for the AI, they're not looking for anything, right? But they have some problems. And he mentioned that, they like do the blast, they have like the prospects. Okay, so I'll put 1.5x and we'll see.
6,000. Okay. And you're saying that, by the way, do you see me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you are saying that you reached out. So do you like personally do that, or you have like kind of marketing campaigns that goes automatically on the like every
Well,
6
we do a little bit of both. I send out emails to some top clients that, I've dealt with or that are really, up there, that I know do a lot of work. And then we have blast marketing, that we do to clients that don't know about us or we don't know about them yet.
Mhm.
And we have, blogs we put on our website.
Okay, so do you have a sales team that is like completely, for example, when you do the blast, when they reach out, when they're interested?
So there's only 1 or 2 of us that do sales.
Okay.
And we're trying to automate that process.
Sure. Okay, so one more question. So you said is it hard to predict what's the average would be customer value, like the order value, just in case, so that I can kind of understand the budgets that you're like spending in terms of the marketing and you can spend, but is it hard to predict since it's like kind of different facilities?
Say again?
So what is that?
Okay, so now I already started to give them like I already at this point I'm 80% sure what service we're going to sell. It's the cold email infrastructure. He specifically said that they are doing email blast. I could, give there's like 100%, 99.999% that they do it through just one software. Okay, just one software, one email. And I will then explain that this is not cold emails, this is email marketing. Okay, that's why they probably, okay, so my understanding, if they do that, so they have horrible results, right? In terms of the horrible results, in terms of like the deliverability and the open rates, right? Because it's not the proper infrastructure that is designed for the cold emails. Maybe then, but the email marketing is used for the companies that have like e-com, that they like for their existing customers, that the customers that input the information. But from what I understood from him, they're not only working with the people that are like in the that know about them, but also like they don't know about them, right? So they're just uploading the list and doing the like bulk outreach, which is not a cold email. So it is cold email, but they're using the email marketing like tools. Okay, so I immediately understood that this is my edge. Okay, remember, this is the thing that I can work with. And I can almost already at this point guarantee that if they build a proper cold email infrastructure, they would actually see the success, okay, just because of the deliverability rate. And we're not, guys, yet talking about AI personalization that would improve the result even more. Okay, this is one thing. Second thing, if you hear me asking about sales team, about the average order value, so for example, I understand that we're gonna sell cold email infrastructure. And this is the thing about the price. Super controversial. If you hate me, whatever. The price depends on the company size. Bigger company, more you can charge. Almost none, almost no one talks about it for some reason. They probably, are concerned if their clients will see that, right? So their clients will see that. So you do the sales service, but you would charge us more if we're a bigger company. I don't care. Yes, you charge more if the company is bigger. So it's not as simple, guys. Yes, you provide the value. You can tie down the value in the actual, the price with the value, but it's not, unfortunately, that straightforward with the AI. I'm sorry to, that you hear that, but it is, okay? It is not straightforward. So this is how it's done. If you want to make more money, and if you want to sell high ticket, just because already I understand that. Okay, so we can charge for the cold email setup. We minimum charge $2,000 for the setup. I swear, go watch. I have the videos about cold email infrastructure, maybe 50 videos back. I said that we usually charge retainer from $1,500 to $3,100 a month, plus usually it's $2,000-$3,000 setup. This is bare minimum, and this is what most of the companies can afford. But since I've done it a lot, I understood that I was undercharging a lot of clients for the setup specifically, because for such an infrastructure, especially in the niche, in the very specific B2B niche, it's not a lot. So I was kind of asking the questions to understand, okay, where the company is at, how are they thinking about certain things. I did not yet see their faces, whatever, the office. So in all the little details matter. So what kind of office they are they working from home? Are they so how many people on the call? And I said how many sales members he had, because if he said, yeah, so we have a sales team, it means that this is a bigger business. Maybe they don't find traction right now at the moment, but if they have a sales team, it means that, can you imagine how much money they spent on the sales guys? So we can I think you got the idea. Now, very important thing. I have my inner circle called 99 Players. It was launched 1 week ago. Paid members, we have 2 tiers, paid and free. If you want to hang out with everyone, ask me questions directly, some questions, okay, so it's not everything, but you can go to the link in the description and you will find the Discord server. So you click, okay, to be clear, it's not free, it's almost free. I'm not sure about the price. It's going up with every 10 members, but this is kind of a free tier, right? So you just have partial access to the Discord. Now, the paid members get, besides the direct support from a technical team with a technical hub, with a business hub where you can ask questions about sales, niches. If you're trying to close the client, I can help you directly. Anyways, so besides all of these things, we have offers library. This is exactly what you're hearing right now. This is a collection of sales calls and interviews with my prospects. There are 150, probably more. It's 150 hours of content, okay? So this is your place where you want to be if you are serious about the space, okay? So first link in the description, and obviously we do similar things. You can review something and ask me questions directly. Okay, there. So let's continue with the conversation.
If you can estimate what is the average order value when you sign a contract.
I don't know, say 200,000, 300,000.
Okay, sure. So here's what I hear. And okay, so one last question. When you say you do the blast, how do you exactly do that? So do you have like a MailChimp, something like a software?
Yeah, contact.
Okay. Do you know the stats, like the open rates, reply rates, any of this?
No, I don't have it offhand, but I know we're hitting about a little above average.
Sure. Okay. So here are two things how we can help you. The first one is we can build you a cold email AI infrastructure. So it's like some fancy words of saying that we'll do the email blast for you, but the results will be 2 times better. So there are two different ways. So again, you've been in the business probably for a while, so you understand that we have a cold emails and we have email marketing. These are two different.
I say things like, you've been in the business, so you kind of understand it. They probably, like, in reality, they don't, but just as a way, to say, yeah, you guys are, awesome. Just as a note.
Things. Unfortunately, people like kind of mix them together. Email marketing, I come from the e-commerce background, so I still do own multiple brands on Amazon. So email marketing is when
Okay, so I say, I still do own multiple brands on Amazon just to put me kind of upper in the tier list of gurus, of like marketers, whatever, like the guys that do them pitches.
You have the software, you have just that one email, and you send like everyone like the bulk outreach, right? So with like the same like message, it can be like kind of personalized, but still. This is where you get like smaller open rates since you're sending it from one account. It's worse deliverability. Plus, it's not personalized to each and every prospect. That's why it's kind of much less. You have like less responses. Okay, so what we can do is we can build you an infrastructure. I don't want to go into the technical details. If you want, we can. Essentially, we will buy multiple domains for you. We'll buy multiple emails and connect them together. There will be your own domains. They will look similar to yours. They will all transfer to your main domain so that it looks professional. We'll like buy software for you. We'll set everything up. And then we have the leads. We can scrape it for you, or you can give us the current database that you have, which will make sense. And we will do the blast. So the results, what we get, and we guarantee. I do not guarantee you the sale since this is not something that I can control, right? But I can guarantee something that I have influence on. These are the deliverability rate, open rates, and reply rates. Usually, we deliver like the 95 to 99%, 98 to 99% of the emails getting delivered, and the open rate that we.
Okay, so maybe that's why I was saying at the first that it's kind of maybe controversial. Maybe these are not the things that people want to hear. And I know that I am first not perfect salesman, right? So I am far from perfect. Like, guys, if you actually have any suggestions for me, let me know in the comments. But in a nutshell, like, just so that you know, I'm honest. This is just my style of things. I don't want to promise people the things that I don't have influence on. And maybe when I say we do not guarantee you sales, it can like turn some people back. But I do deeply believe that it will turn back the people that don't have like that are not really interested in the core offer, just because in this instance, the core offer is the infrastructure that will put your product out there in front of people. So like, if they understand it, it means that they understand that nothing is guaranteed, especially with such a higher average like order value of like multiple hundreds and thousands of dollars, right? So yeah, just keep it in mind.
We have is usually 45 to 60%. Again, I'm not sure which.
That's extremely high.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying this. It's
okay. So here I understand that I got them. Okay, when he said that it's extremely high, I was like, "Fuck yes, this is the thing." Just just because when they said that they do email marketing, and if you remember, like I said, hey, what's your do you have the stats? And he said, yeah, it's larger than usual. And from like later in the conversation, I think they'll say that it's kind of like 4%, maybe like 10, whatever. And he said like it's harder than usual. But again, once you're on the call, you don't know that. In reality, you can achieve 40% opens. So this is like for the ecom, for example. it's extremely hard, and this is not with the cold prospects, with the software like Klaviyo or with like Active, whatever. So it's possible, but it should be like the warm leads. We still don't know if these are warm or cold. He kind of mentioned that, okay, so it's a blast, but okay, so I'm not super sure. That's why I am not, if we guarantee 50% open rates, and if they have 40, it's not worth the value, right? If he would not say this word, like, wow, it's extremely high, and before we go to the price, I would probably not charge that much. Just because I would not. Yeah, so probably, yeah. So I would probably ask them, what's the open, so what's the, like, how does like 50% sounds, whatever. So I would probably still get the idea. But when he says, wow, it means that it's like 4x, 3x, okay? That's why I was like super happy to hear that.
Done by two different things. First, infrastructure that will allow you to deliver into the inbox, main inbox, not like promotion folder, not spam. Second thing, personalized, like title. Again, quick illustration. This is what I did with you. I have like my email here that I send you. You probably, so in the title, I mentioned seismic retrofitting. Sorry, it's hard to pronounce. Yeah. And you probably thought, okay, it's like, okay, it's my business. Let me, so it's not like question or here we are. It is very personalized to you. And maybe you thought that I wrote it, but I did not. Okay. So it was written by AI. So this is kind of one thing, how we use AI in the outreach. Anyways, so enough of the technical details. This is a very simple way for you to.
Yeah, so this is kind of the leverage when you have when it comes to the like offering this type of services. So because you literally got them on the call this way. So you say, hey, like, it works. You're here. You receive like billions of cold emails, but you're here with me. Okay, that's why I was
double
using
your open rates and like double your bookings. Okay, it's not like that simple. Obviously, there's like some nuances, but you can like see the value yourself. So this is one thing that we can offer, right? To build you the thing and either do it for you or train your team or you to do that. Okay, so this one thing. Second thing would be to.
Yeah, so I already kind of mentioned the fact that we either deploy like build the infrastructure and provide the training so that they can manage it themselves, or do the monthly payment. So you say, and you will see once we go to the structure, the payments, you will ask yourself why, Eugene, like, you're charging that much, so why would you not try to like convert them for their monthly retainer like 100% of the times? Just because, I have clients, okay? So I have the work. I have things to do. That's why I'm not like, I'm okay if they pay me one time, we develop the whole thing and like provide them the training, provide them the whole access, and then they manage it themselves. But you should not do that, okay? So you should just say that, okay, so it's retainer.
Build you a voice AI system. I know that it might like sound tricky. Everyone is kind of saying like talking about AI, but in a nutshell, this is what most of our most successful clients use on a regular basis, and we started to offer this service just like 4 months ago when
this is the thing that they started to use, like from Harmozy video, I think, or like whatever, like sales training. This is what our most successful clients do use, have. Hey, I mean, like, sure, I guess it works.
Bigger like models were introduced. This where AI, artificial intelligence, will call your prospects and say, hey, John, you've been, again, like depending, so maybe John was working with you or John wasn't ever interested, the same way how you would call John manually.
Okay, so at this point, as you just saw, they are already turned on the camera. I swear to God, I don't remember that exactly, but I think once he said that, wow, once he heard the open rates, they turned on the camera. Again, maybe that was just, some coincidence, but I deeply believe that they just didn't turn on the camera just because, okay, so let's like hear what this bro has to say just because it's the cold email. But then when I was kind of straight to the point and they were like, oh, okay, so I'm interested, we're interested, that's like, sounds great. They decided to be more serious and turn on the camera. Again, maybe it's not, it is not true, but this is how I understood it. And imagine right now how I feel. Okay, so they said that it's like really high. I understand that this is a perfect client for this type of service, and they turned on the camera. So it's like, yeah, bro, okay, I got it.
Like, hey John, just letting you know, are you like in need of this service? We are like here. We actually like have the promotion going on. Do you want us to kind of do some audit? Again, I don't know your kind of angles and offers, what kind of we can work with, but just giving you an idea. So, hey John, this is what you said in terms of we're letting them know that we are here. But in this case, it's you calling them and saying that. Obviously not you, the artificial intelligence. So it runs on the back end, like of your business, in the background. So every month it
Okay, so first, as you can see, I say artificial intelligence instead of AI, just because I already saw that this is like there are two guys on the prospect. There is like probably an owner, and he is an owner, but at that time I don't know that he's like older, and there's a young guy. So and he was asking him about like email marketing because probably he's like marketing director or someone. So I was just make sure he understand that it's the artificial intelligence. What? Because I was like questioned a lot when I say AI. What is AI? I say artificial. Oh, okay. So one thing. Second thing, you can go back and re-listen. I restated their problem, and I think this is the best sales like kind of tricks, right? It's super obvious, but this is fortunately I didn't start to use it right away, but in this case it's like super obvious. So yes, I like started to offer the voice AI, right, agent that can call their prospects. So it's cold calling, but these are prospects in their database, so it's like kind of tricky part with a cold call. So I still don't understand where they get the leads from, so that's why I was kind of okay, but this is an option. And I said that, hey, this is what you said with making sure people know about them. So their kind of services is once something is broken, so once they have a problem, they like need immediate fix. Okay, it's not like, okay, let's think about it. It's not the type of services like AI. Okay, so this is like kind of an emergent thing. Okay, that's why I'm saying them, hey, AI will call them, and if they have a need, they're like literally can book an appointment. Okay, so just letting you know that for the context.
It calls a few thousand of prospects and like just letting them know. And on the call, obviously some prospects will say, yeah, actually, it's relevant to me right now, so let's talk. We do not want to like close the client or give them some like more details on the phone with the AI. It's just the automation system, and then say, awesome, John, let me connect you to one of our like sales. They're available. They will call back in 2 hours.
So we deal, okay, so we're a very specialized company. We do construction.
Now, guys, like, I'm not sure, maybe you don't want to hear that, close the video then, but I already like I feel their interest. So they turned on the camera and he's like, yeah. So yeah, so he starting to talk while I'm like still completing my like sentence. These are kind of the things that give me an understanding that they're interested. It's very important, since here right now, I am not 100% sure how much I am going to charge for it. Okay, still here, I am not clear.
For commercial industrial, a lot of these companies are public companies. So a lot of people we deal with are executives or property managers. They rarely, I mean, I got a bunch of questions, but they're not the kind of people they're professionals. They're not retail people. They don't like that kind of stuff. As soon as I hear somebody go, oh, let me connect you with somebody, I hang up. I don't have time.
Yeah.
And we're not selling widgets, we're selling service and educational, and solutions and things like that. So, I mean, I like what you're saying here as far as for retail type businesses and that kind of thing. That's good. But, I don't want to, some of our clients even tell me, it's like, quit emailing me, I know you. And I said, okay, I'll take you off our list. But if I had somebody call them like that and it's AI, they probably call me and go, what the hell's wrong with you? So it's just a different kind of clientele. We're dealing with people that are very busy, they're very powerful, they control a lot of things. It's, I don't know about that, but there might be something for that. I do like this open rate thing.
Okay, so this is very important. As you see here, and as you will like listen, I did not handle the objections for the voice AI. I could easily. So I could say we have most of our successful clients are the B2B client like companies that use this as a follow-up. Busy people want, if they have a problem, they need an immediate fix. We are not trying to promote them the things that they they will hate. So it's either yes or no. It's not long conversation. I could handle all these things, but I decided to not, to ignore and agree with the prospect. And this is just my way of rethinking it. I like, to be completely honest, I did not do it because of it. So I did not do it because of the because I thought that I need to agree with them. But from my perspective, like right now, rewatching the video, I understand that this is kind of making sure I'm not sure how to explain it in English properly. So like they feel important, they feel heard when they said that this is not what their clients need. I could handle it and explain it that this is a good thing, but I decided to agree just because I have an edge with the emails. And this is what he started to say, that I like the open rates thing. Okay, so I knew that I'm like probably still like going to sell them lead gen, but with this I decided to kind of agree with them just so that we can focus on one thing.
But the other thing is, there's also a do not call or do not email me anymore. What do they call that? At the bottom of your emails, you have that.
Oh, yeah, you have to have an unsubscribe button.
Yeah, you have to have an unsubscribe button. So let's say I send an email, gets unsubscribed. Now you send them the same email through a different server and it goes in, but it's still the same thing.
This is not okay. We have a lot of the inquiries about it, and currently we have actually partnered. Again, if you probably did not, but I have the YouTube channel, so I explain a lot of things there. We recently partnered with a legal firm to do the public case in terms of the legal aspects of sending the cold emails. Cold call, for example, we've been also doing it with the AI cold calls, which are not yet prohibited in the US, but there are some limitations. But what?
Oh, I'm sure they will be soon.
Yeah, they will be. Yeah, so eventually, obviously, it's going to be a mess. But with the cold emails, it's different. Even the thing that you mentioned with the unsubscribe, for the promotional emails that are directly, so it's very specific thing that are mentioning marketing materials, you must do that in the headers right now. We can send it without it. We don't want to spam people. It's not like we will keep showing up into their inbox. Right. No, our system works like we build it. So once the prospect, the replies that you will receive are either positive or negative. Positive being, yeah, sure, interested, let's talk, give me details, all these things. Positive. Negative replies are, no, unsubscribe, fuck off, never contact me again, like whatever.
Okay, so as you can see, I swear, like I said, fuck off. Again, like, guys, this is just my way of styling and doing things. It's either or. So it's either you catch the prospect or they like won't really like it. As you can see, they laugh. So they kind of okay. And I think he was kind of also like swearing a bit at the end, if I remember correctly. So he's like more freestyle. So he's more I'm not sure how to explain it again. It's all about emotions. It's hard to describe it in English. Okay, so I'm not native. Whatever. So I think you got the idea. So he has he likes me. Okay, so it means that he likes how the conversation goes. That's why it's there. Okay, it was a risk, but I decided to take it.
Once this message is received, they will never receive an ever email from us again. We have a separate list, and we will provide it to you just in case if you are doing the duplicates. So if you're saying, hey, if we run simultaneously, right? So campaigns, this might be a problem. But if I tell you that, hey guys, why would you do that if we will just reach out to the prospects? This system will reach out. So you will export the leads which are active, which are still subscribed, and we'll still use them there. So it should not be.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, it's like me. I mean, I get probably 50 plus emails a day, and probably 90% of them I just delete or block. And same with these guys, even though we deal with them, a lot of them don't even answer my emails because they go, oh yeah, Steve, can't click, I'll call them when I need them. So again, we're not high on these guys' list. We only come up into play is when they have a problem. So, we're not their normal day-to-day business operations. So that's why we kind of have to stay in front of them. But I'm concerned too, it's like it's always the subject lines. Those are the hardest ones to do because I can't do anything with them. I mean, it's always hard what to put in there. What's going to make them open this? So I don't know how AI does that. And the main problem we have too is finding again, we're not retail. So trying to find the person to get a hold of in a company is one of the hardest things to do for us because there's no category that it goes to. It could go to an asset manager, it could go to an environmental guy, it can go to the property manager, it can go to 12, 15, 20 different categories in the company, and we don't know who to talk to. So on new clients, we're having a real hard time trying to find out who to even send an email to. And we use Zoom Info. We tried that for a little bit. That's a little more helpful, things like that. But that's the main problem we have for new clients is we don't know how to get to them.
There's not a designated title that we always go to, right? It's just that every firm designates somebody different and every firm.
Yeah, so they're like already explaining, as you can see here, like there is very hard to kind of understand what is the actual like title of the like company of the decision maker, whatever. So, and then
by the way, on the Zoom info,
then I'll say this.
yeah, so this is like kind of what we use. We are an official partner with the Zoom, so we have like their yearly package.
I say that we are an official partner of ZoomInfo, whatever. So we don't have a yearly package, but we obviously get a lot of, and for them we will actually use the ZoomInfo. But I have like the guys that I actually found them like I think on Fiverr or Upwork that like have like huge subscriptions there, and they are offered as a service. So we have like a really good prices there. But I was kind of okay that we are the deal.
And there are like multiple of them, like Apollo, ListKit. So this is what we call decision makers, right? It's just in general, okay, decision makers. I think this will be the perfect fit just because our standard package includes.
Okay, now I will get into the details. I just want to make sure that they understand the price. So I think I will mention the price somewhere in a few minutes, probably, or no? Yeah, somewhere in a few minutes. And then I start to actually go in depth. Like here is the actual like sell where the selling starts.
Includes up to 8,000 emails sent per month. Again, guys, we are not sending it in bulk. We are sending it daily for, from each email, 20, 25 emails gently throughout the business hours, usually Eastern. So it does look real. That's why it's like constantly, you will constantly get replies every day. So, and this includes 8,000. You have like in total, okay, so let's say 8,000, and it's good. It doesn't mean that we need, as you mentioned, you have a huge contract value. We don't need more prospects. But since this system allows you to be in front of them all the time, right? We don't want to spam them. It's not like, so for example, me, I send you the email, right? You responded, and then I follow up like 4 times with you.
Yep.
This is not our case. Your case is that you send it. If they need it, they will contact. If they don't need it, they won't.
Right.
So that's why it's the perfect system for constantly being in front of them that will allow you to be there all the time. Okay, so this is one thing. Second thing about the titles. Let me from Xprom just create it right now. So
I want to skip this section. This section will be available for. Okay.
Give me what's like one client. So what's the ideal customer profile? Choose one company. Like,
well, there's probably 6 or 7 titles I could give you. If we hit all of those titles in a company, we probably find a guy. So, if they have a construction manager, that's good. He's doing new projects. An asset manager is probably the top one. The other people I deal with, especially with budgets, but acquisitions and dispositions when they're buying or selling. So acquisitions guy, construction manager, asset manager. Sometimes they'll hand it to their property management.
Yeah, here they did not really understand the question. So I was like trying to ask what kind of how we would do the actual like how would AI create the title of the email. But yeah, so kind of. But they're like explaining another thing.
Manager,
The actual owner sometimes.
yeah, sometimes the actual owner gets involved. It's just kind of a weird thing. It's like whoever has that deal in their office, that's the guy we need to talk to. So
okay, so how about, can you give me an example of how you would manually, so let's say you have an infinite amount of time. So how would you manually craft an email to the prospect? So what you would use in the title, in the subject, and then in like the first kind of the punchline. If you can like personalize, you have like all the time go through the company. Let's say you would never work with them. So how would you write the email?
yeah, well, I mean, the subject line would be, maybe seismic retrofit solutions or something like that would be in the subject line, and then I would tell them that we do retrofits and we offer solutions to your problems, basically.
But the thing with AI is that AI can, because this is generic marketing email. So AI can
yeah, and now like I really understand why they have like horrible results. So it's literally they put their name of the company in the title, and then literally this is what we do. Again, it does work. It still like works, right? So they sign clients just because it's more like, okay, we need the solution, they're here, right? It's not about the personalization of the personalization in terms of the kind of the body. It's not about like converting the clients, right? Because if they need it, they'll like buy it, right? So they will contact them. It's more like about a deliverability, and B, the first line as well as the subject it means that it needs to be personalized just to make sure that they will open the email. Okay, so I give them this understanding.
Are relevant to
and
your company.
okay.
So
So
let me ask you, yeah, this might fit, actually, I've just thought of something, this might fit pretty damn well, especially when you get rid of Chris, because we have all.
Now, the most important thing about the price. Once he said that it will fit damn well, got it. Okay, they got it. Huge contract values. So they do horrible thing with the marketing right now, with the email marketing. So
Automatic stuff.
yeah, I already understand it. I'll close it. probably. It's not close it, but like, it's very, very high
emails a month,
chance.
so approximately, I mean, I know we have to do a lot of discussions on how our company is and who our clientele is and all that, but approximately, what are we talking dollar wise here? Like, what's your monthly and then what's the setup, or how's it work?
So the setup is $6,000, and then
Okay.
the monthly is $2,500 for up to 8,000 emails.
Okay. It's doable. All right.
With about a 40-50% success rate as far as opening the emails.
Done. He said, okay, I swear, once he said, doable, I was like, fuck, I needed to charge more. Okay, it's not like, okay, I'm joking, obviously, or not, whatever. So, I mean, you could see that I charged them 6K plus 2,500 a month, and they said, okay, yeah, this like, it was not even a thing for them to think about. I closed the client, by the way, already. So they like wired the deposit already. Not like, okay, so they did not wire the deposit, but they like got back to me because it was like, but I immediately thought that since they said it, I also said that we will like there will be 6-month contract requirement. That's why you in the title of the video you saw like the bigger contract value. That's why like it's the monthly one-time setup fee, the retainer with the contract. They will not pay for the contract, but it's more like the commitment from their side, okay? And they agree to that now. So I, think that you guys should have an idea right now. There is 10 minutes remaining. We will discuss about prices. They will ask a few things, then we will talk about the personalization, and then we'll do the next steps. I want to be fair to my paid members of 99 players. That's why it will only be available to them inside the offers library. I am uploading this after the video so they can take a look. Again, they have a leverage where they can open it up and they can go to chat. They can go to, let's say, Business Hub, create a post and say, I have the same client, or I want to go to the same niche. I watched your video, help me out. Okay, I go here and literally record. Okay, so let's find it. Literally record like 4-minute walkthrough on like how to do that, whatever. So it's not always the case. So the Business Hub is where you would like ask all the business questions. Technical is the technical question. Again, we are limited to 99 people. There already were some spots and tiers sold out. I'm not sure, like go watch the actual page in the link and see which one are available. Not sure when you watch the video, but there is a free tier available, right? We call it free tier. So there's like, you have access to the chat, you have access to the wins, people like share the results, you have access to the leaderboard, and the leaderboard is your way of winning one-on-one consultation with me. It's just the gamification. You engage with people, you ask the questions, you help, you rank up, and the top 3 people by the rank will have, by the end of the calendar month, will have one-on-one with me. And you, by the way, also have the templates library. So this is all of my like templates that I use and show in my videos. Plus you can, again, ask the questions about the templates in the chat. I have actually the docs. This is where I post like the proposals and the contracts. So this is like the proposal that I sent them, and the contract will be here, but it is like the docs is specifically available to the paid members. Yeah, guys. Okay,